to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good week in the market. It's been a busy week for NVAX. We're going to talk about that. I was pretty active on that one as well. We did add a couple back to our portfolio that we've had before and sold something as well. So we'll talk about all those things, but I want to focus on NVAX and some of the things that's going on with it in the following week here. So we'll take a look at that, and we'll jump right over to our portfolio. So let's go ahead and jump over to our portfolio first, and we'll do that first. So let's go there. Okay, here's our portfolio. As you can see, we've got LUV added back to our portfolio. That was one of our airlines, Southwest Airlines. We bought that one this week. Bought that one on the 20th for $33. So we're back in that one at $33. We're down a little bit now. It was down a little bit today, but that's been a good one for us. So we're back in it. BOX box. We had bought that one actually last week. I think it was. We've had it about 6 days. We did sell that one. We made 5.45% in 6 days. So we went ahead and took that on the box there. So we'll be having that one will be coming off. Maybe getting back in it pretty soon though. NVAX. We'll talk about all the NVAX stuff here in just a minute. But you can see it has dropped a little bit probably since our last video. But we'll be talking about all that here shortly. DAL, that's Delta Airlines. We're still holding that one. No more activity with that one just yet. SO, that's Southern Company. Now we did sell that one this week. We sold that one on the 22nd. Made 6.43% on that one, and we had that one about a month. So we actually bought a couple different lots. Some of them less than a month ago, a couple of weeks ago. We cost averaged that one, and we ended up selling that for 6.43% gain. That's better than any CD that you're going to get out there, especially for a month. MGM, still holding that one. That's one of our casinos. GBTC, the Bitcoin Trust, it's been doing pretty good here lately. We'll keep an eye on that one. We may be able to get out of that one pretty soon. XOM, we'll probably need to cost average that one a little bit down the road if it keeps dropping. X is holding pretty steady this week. Maybe up a little bit this week, but nothing major going on there. But it is holding steady above that $7 range. It's been above 8 a couple of times. ACB about the same, just kind of floundering there. We're not going to worry about that one right now. But that's kind of our portfolio at the moment. But we do want to talk about NVAX. So let's talk about that just for a minute. It was a busy week for me on the NVAX. It was a very active week for NVAX as far as price movement goes. So we did sell some this week. We're going to talk about that, and we also have turned around and bought those same shares back plus a few more, building up that position. And we'll talk about the news on that. So let's kind of go over there and look at that. Let's go ahead and get over to that scene now. And this is the chart for the week. You can see the ups and downs there. We'll dive into that a little bit here. But let's kind of talk about the week. You kind of see where we started the week here on Monday. It was pretty far up there on Monday. Let's see if we can get a price on that real quick. I can't see it here, but it was up there pretty good on Monday, and it took a drop. I mean, they dropped that thing pretty quick on Monday. It was way up there in the 140s, and then as you can see here in the little square there, you can see the low got down to 124.10 or so. So that was a big drop. They were taking out the stops on that. As you can see, once they got those stops out, those people that have those stops out there, that's why I don't like to leave them out there. But they got all those stops that were way down there in that 125 range. So they took those shares from people. As you can see, the volume was high there. And once they took the shares from people, you can see that the thing went right back up. This was on the 20th. I'm trying to see if I did anything. Yeah, we did buy some as it started to come back up. We bought some at some point around there. I think it was in the 30s, low 30s, 32 or so. But we did buy some on that day. Okay, so on the next day, you can see here, the 21st, the 21st starts right here. You can see it was up, and they knocked it down again, getting those stops out. As you can see, the volume there picks up as well, and then once they get it down, they're fine to let it run. You can see it ran all the way back up here to way up to about 148.95. It looks like there, so probably the high so far, but it was a high of that day for sure. So that was the 21st. 21st, we did buy some more there at some point. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be in that 30-something range. I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but we did buy some more that day as well. The next day, we can see here on the 22nd, they knocked it down again. You can see here, they knock it down, and then when it opens up, they start buying back those lower price shares, and it does run again throughout the day on the 22nd. I don't believe we did anything. That's the day I sold SO, but we didn't do anything with NVAX that day. But the 23rd, you can see here the 23rd. Let's see here. We didn't do anything on the 23rd. Doesn't look like. But the 22nd, let me go back to the 22nd. So on the 22nd, we did sell some shares that we had of NVAX. I actually got it. Let's see if I can find the spot that I got it on. I think it was right towards the close on the 22nd. So let's take a look. That would be right in here somewhere. I think it was. Let's see. So the 22nd, right around close time, it was, I think it was 147. Here it is. 147 is where I got it. It went up to 147.50, and I sold right at the close at 147. So we sold some shares there. We had those shares for 12 days. We made 54% on that. So that's a good little profit for 12 days. But we didn't sell our whole lot. Wanted to hang on to some. I really think this thing's going to move, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But you can see here we did sell some, and the next day you can see it did go down a little bit. Did make another spike though before the day was over with. You can see here it goes up and then it comes off the rest of the day on the 23rd. That's where we didn't do anything on the 23rd. But today on the 24th, you can see it was down. The 24th, you can see here. This is a pre-market. You can see pre-market real early in the morning. I don't know who gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and trades, but somebody does, and they had knocked it down pretty far. And then at this time here, right at the opening bell, you can see how far this thing went down, about 128.29. So they had knocked it down pretty good, and I started buying it. I actually bought a little in pre-market, which is not something I normally do, but I bought some in pre-market today. I think it was around 134 or 5 or something like that. And then they did knock it all the way down to here. I got some close to that today, about 128.75 or something. But bought 3 different lots today. So we bought back all the shares that we had sold earlier, and then I bought a few more on top of that. So my actual position in NVAX is bigger than I started with this week. And my average price right now, we're up about 10% on all of it that we're holding now. So not a bad deal. But I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with that Nova. The first thing that I wanted to talk about here was the what's going on next week. So let's take a look at an article here I want to pull up here. It says NVAX strikes a coronavirus vaccine manufacturing deal, pushes back release of phase 1 data. Now, that's what the thought is right now on why this thing's pulling back a little bit. People were hoping that they would actually come out with that news this week when they were up in front of the Congress about the phase 1 data. Some info did come out about that and looked pretty good. Some of it came out just a little bit, talking about how effective the vaccine is, but nothing in detail. But this is a very important article here. They not only struck this deal, but you can see they struck this deal with this group out of North Carolina, Fujifilm. They're gonna manufacture some of the COVID medicine for Novavax. As you can see here, it says here this company, Fujifilm's site in Morrisville, North Carolina, has begun production of the first batch of NVX CoV-2373. That's Novavax COVID-19 virus vaccine. So that's what they're going to produce. They're already starting. They're drawing from that $1.6 billion contract that they got from the government, the grant that they got. So Operation Warp Speed. So that's where they're drawing that money from. So, but the thing I want you to know is Monday, I believe President Trump is actually making a visit to this site. So that's going to be interesting to see. So that's one reason I wanted to build that position back up. I don't think there's going to be any kind of bad news. Surely he wouldn't be going there to promote any bad news. So if anything, I would think possibly some good news would be coming out about that vaccine. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for, that they're going to push some good news out. If not, the CEO has said that this data will come out the first week of August. Okay, so that's about a week later than what people were expecting. They were expecting, by the 31st of July. But so that's the talk right now about what might be driving it down. But if you look at the volume on this thing, the volume on it today was nothing, about, a small amount of volume compared to normal volume even. So not a whole lot going on with it right now. That's some weak hand selling. That's some manipulation of the price. That's what they do, the big boys that I always talk about. But I'm still confident in this one. I really think this data is going to be good on this first go round of this phase 1. So I want that position in there. We're up 10%. Now we were up further than that, but we took those ones that we were up so far on. We went ahead and cashed those in. But we're still up 10% on what we're holding, which is a pretty good stake. So we're in pretty good shape. Even if it dips a little bit more, we've got 10% wiggle room there. But I really believe that this news is going to come out, and you're talking about probably at least a $160 share price if the news is good in any way. I would expect anywhere from 160 to 175, and I'll probably be getting out at some point around there. Once this news comes out, I'll probably be selling out, because I'll just wait for it to drop back down. If it does, if it doesn't, I'll make some decisions later. We do that around here. We take our money and put it on the sideline. So that's kind of what happened this week. It's been a busy week, especially for Novavax. Going to start out with a big thing on Monday, so I'm excited to see what that's going to bring. I'm not sure if it's going to bring anything, just because they said the news was going to come out the first week of August. So we'll see. But I wanted to fill you in on that. Be ready for that. Be looking for that. And if you got some, you may want to hang on to it for a little bit longer. Don't worry about this little drop that's been going on the last couple of days. That's just the big boys taking people's shares from them. So that's what they do. But we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty confident in this one. Holding a good stake in it, so I've got to be confident in it. And I hope you have a good week of trading. We may get back on here Sunday night just to talk about what the market's doing, but probably going to be later in the week, though. If I had to guess, probably going to be, maybe Tuesday night or something. We'll get back on here. Okay. But I hope you have a good week of trading. Look for that to come out Monday. See what's going on with that. Keep your eye on that one, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button right here. Thanks. Bye.